Good afternoon everyone, TMMgamer here, bringing you some more Call of Duty Black Ops gameplay. Glad you could join us. Now, unfortunately, this is the last gameplay I have stored on my laptop, so unless Sony pull the finger out and actually get the PSN restored, it's going to be the last gameplay I'm going to be able to bring you for a while, which is a shame. But hopefully for all concerned, Sony will get PSN up as soon as possible. Right, a little bit on the gameplay. It is a sniper gameplay on the map Jungle, and my perks are Ghost, Scout and Ninja, I think. Now this is a gameplay from quite a long time ago, so I really don't remember a lot that goes on, but it is a very, very good score, and it's an alternate way to play Jungle, because as you probably remember in a previous video, my Galil gameplay on this map, I told you to hold B Hut as the best place on the map, and it still is. It is a very, very good place, and if you can, I recommend you hold it at all costs. But unfortunately, the enemy team have it locked down at the moment. I've cut the first 30 seconds of the video pretty much. Well, it's perhaps a little bit longer than that. But basically what it was is I had the HK LMG out, and I was trying to rush B Hut, and the enemy have it in force. And basically there's no hope of me capturing it on my own because my teammates seemingly don't care about it. So if you ever find yourself in that situation, this is a perfect... that was a nice shot there, actually. This is a perfect countermeasure to B Hut. You know, it works well as a defensive spot for B as well. So if you're holding B but you've lost B Hut, this can be used as a last-ditch method to hold the objective. Now you've got to have a weapon which is good over medium to long range. So an assault rifle upwards would be ideal for defending from this position. But as you can see here, it's got a lot of cover. You can see B objective, you can see Camper Rock up there, and you can see the bridge where a lot of people tend to run across. So if you're confident with your sniping, you could perhaps try a little bit of a lucky shot. Now in Black Ops, the snipers are a lot worse than they were in previous Call of Duties. So if you want to do well with the sniper rifles, you've really got to shoot from a standing position, as I'm showing here. You know, it takes a lot more skill than it did before to rush around the map and quick scope. But if you still can do it, then it's still pretty effective, but it takes a lot more skill. But what I'm doing here is quite a good way for people to get used to snipers. If you haven't sniped before in a Call of Duty and you want to give it a try, I recommend you do this. This is medium range sniping, so it's awful aim there, but get the guy in the end. We've got, medium range sniping is basically staying at this range, just out of effective range for assault rifles, where you have the advantage. Because if you go right up into someone's face, the automatic weapons have the advantage, but here, you are the one with all the strengths. You're a very, very small target, you're a long way away, so their damage will drop off over distance, and you have a one-shot kill. So you've got to use the strengths of the sniper rifles a lot more than you did in previous Call of Duties, where you could be very, very gung-ho with them. Now, there's a new patch that has been released for sniping on Xbox that I think has made them a little bit better in terms of quick scoping. So perhaps when the PSN is restored, the patch will be brought in on the PS3 as well, and that might mean that you can be a little bit more aggressive with sniper rifles. But at the moment, the best way to be effective at sniping is by playing a little bit more defensively, like you see here. Now the trick is, when you're playing defensively, is not to do it in some corner of the map where no one's ever going to be. As you can saw from the last video in my Galil gameplay, whenever I play defensively, I tend to stay as close as possible to the main objective, which in domination is B. But if it's demolition, I'll try and stay by one of my home bomb sites unless we've spawn trapped the opposition. So you can basically control the map. Unfortunately, the chopper going to get shut down before it can really do a tear, but it's no problem. And this is exactly what's happening here. We've managed to capture B, but the B Hut location isn't still secure. So you can stay in this spot and cover pretty much the entire approach to B. Now this is quite a nice little pistol tear coming up here. Unfortunately, lose the objective there, but get the double spray, and then this is some pretty cool pistol in here. The CZ75 is by far the best pistol on the game. If you run extended mags with it, it is incredible. No, I wouldn't run the full auto attachment on it, because if you didn't know, oh, that's unlucky. the full auto attachment actually reduces the damage of it. So I think it's a 3-bullet kill, 3 to 5 bullet kill, so 3 bullets up close and 5 over range with a with just normal semi-auto fire, but if you put it up to auto, it's 4 bullets close range and 6 long range, something like that. So I just would run extended mags if you want to use this pistol, because I'm not quite sure about you, but I can fire faster semi-auto with my finger than I can with the full auto attachment, because the full auto attachment's capped at like 400 rounds a minute or something, but you can semi-auto fire a lot faster than that. So if you want to use that pistol, and I do strongly recommend it, is in my opinion the best pistol to use, unless you've got beast aim, then I recommend the Python. But if you do want to use this pistol, then run it with extended mags and don't bother running the full auto mode. There's some terrible shooting there. But back to this position. This is a very, very good position, because there's only really 2 places you can get killed from. On your left and directly on Camper's Rock. So I've got the benefit of having a UAV up here, so I see this guy coming. The thing is, he has no idea I'm there, because I have Ghost on, and my opinion on Ghost is you shouldn't use it unless you're using a weapon which has a solid disadvantage against the majority of the guns. So sniper rifles and shotguns are the only 2 classes where I will use Ghost, because in my opinion Ghost is a massively overpowered perk. Now you could say that it's been around in all the Call of Duties, and it has, but it had something to trade off against. For example, in COD 4 and Modern Warfare 2 in World at War, if you wanted to be stealthy, you had to forego stopping power, so you would kill with more bullets. Now, in a straight-up gunfight with someone with stopping power, you would lose. So you had to be a little bit more stealthy, a little bit more sneaky to win the gunfight, and that's a fair trade-off in my opinion. If you want to be stealthy, you should kill in less bullets. But what they've done here in Black Ops is put it as a perk 1 slot, and they've taken out stopping power. So there's no real trade-off for using Ghost. Ghost is by far the most powerful perk, because if you like having lots of ammo, you can just use the dual mags and a suppressor Warlord class. So there's no real downside to picking Ghost over another perk. So you have a lot of people who run Ghost FAMAS with Silencer, and they are officially the most annoying people in the world, because they basically picked a class which uses all the strengths for no downsides, and I suppose it just results in a lot of imbalanced gameplay. But you can't blame people for choosing it. If you ask a person which class they would use, they would choose the Silence FAMAS with Ghost all day, because it's the strongest class. So you can't really hold it against people for using it, but I think it's bad game design. Right, back to the gameplay. As you can see here, I've pushed up back to the B hut spot, which is the best part of the map, because my teammates managed to flush it off, and now we've got the opponents trapped in their home spawn. So as always, whenever you get the opportunity, you've got to try and get to B hut and hold it. Unfortunately, I managed to pick up a red dot Galil, which is one of my favourite assault rifles, to hold this location. Now the game's coming to an end. Normally I would recommend not calling in your kill streaks until you've got a solid hold on B hut, but as the game's about to end, I want to get full use of my chopper gunner, so I call it up fairly early. Now, as I quickly check the scores, you see where I focus. I focus first on anyone near to my position, and if you kill the ones near to your position, it'll be less likely for an enemy to spawn there, so you'll be safe and you'll be left alive when you're up in your chopper gunner, and you'll be able to focus simply on mowing people down. And I think this chopper gunner goes pretty wild. Yeah, it seems to be doing quite well. The jungle is the perfect map for chopper gunners. I always run chopper gunners on jungle, even if I'm up against a very good team, because if I get lucky once with my kill streaks, I can get a very healthy score just from one chopper gunner there. So I think the final score in the end was about 61-5. Another very solid gameplay, and I hope you enjoyed it, guys. Hopefully I'll be able to bring some more gameplay for you this week, but if not, I'll see you soon, guys.